Oh, back to Soaring Sky Precure from the 43, from the 10-second mark, and 1-0, go. And yes. Oh, that's the 10-second mark. That's right. Oh, horrible. I like that one voice. That's something I do enjoy about the series. Yeah, the writing has been way off over the last few weeks. At the very least, to its credit, the voice acting has been it's been spectacular no matter what. Straight up. Well, okay, now this one has potential because here, here's the thing. This episode looks like it's gonna really develop Bontamonda, and he needs it a lot. And not only that, but something enjoyable about this episode, or at least the potential in this episode that I really find to like is, even though it wasn't say the prettiest animation when it came to the 43 preview, at the very least, it looked decent. At least it's not like, oh, it's terrible looking. They didn't give me those kind of vibes. Speaking of which, yo, considering this episode is going to focus on Bontamonda and Mashiro, that means if they were able to go to the final antagonist of the series, considering this is listed at 50 and ended today, that means there'll be 44, 45, 46, 47, 44, 7 episodes just to build up the final villain. Oh boy, this series is really kneecapped itself, no matter what it does. Oh no, this episode's going to focus on Mashiro. Ghost Type, even if Vanguard's nailing it, it's not going to make up for the fact, Ghost Type, that the previous season wasn't that good because it's always going to be connected to the previous season. No, it was 50 overall, Spiral Matt. 50 aired today. But Vanguard's in the same spot. Vanguard is always going to have that bad season over its name. Even if the new season's good. That's the downside of series keeping continuity with a series that was less than great. It's always going to have some association with the bad season, even if the new season is great. I'm still going to watch it. I'm just not hyped for it that much. Pretty much Ghost House. So it's still going to have baggage. Even if it's the same universe, different MC, it will have baggage. And we're eventually going to get you go up against a different MC, though. It's going to happen. Eventually. Because money. And plus, it just makes sense because Flame was swinging money when it had a hero versus Light. So they're going to do it for the money-making possibilities of the crossover potential. It will happen eventually. Sasaki and Peeps has Little Predators Ghost. I'm not going to watch that one because it's going to bomb. I'm watching Soul Leveling because that's going to succeed. Right now, the reason why I haven't picked up any anime Sprawl on Ghost Type is because I'm waiting a month to see how animes are performing in Japan financially, so I can avoid any adaptations that are not going to do well. That's why Sasaki and Peeps, I heard that's good actually. I just haven't seen it because it's going to bomb. We're not going to get a season 2. We're not going to get a full adaptation, so I'm not going to bother with it. In case you're wondering why I haven't touched a lot of anime, that's going to bomb. Captain Tsubasa, haven't touched season 2 because for Captain Tsubasa, the manga is going to end without even going to the World Cup because the author is going to be unable to finish the series. So I cut ties with Captain Tsubasa until I hear the author say that he's going to get someone to write the World Cup arc or do the World Cup arc for him. I'm going to avoid Captain Tsubasa like the plague. So straight up, Now since I'm not reacting to everything. Oh, though that's fucked. Oh man, that's mean. Yo, that's whoa. Wow. How inconsiderate. Because Mondo, he calls it to himself for being evil in the first place. He's finishing Captain Tsubasa Ghost Tab, but he can't do the World Cup arc that he's been promising for years in the manga. Yo, I am surprised Kira didn't do that, bruh. He can't physically finish it. That's why Ghost Tab. Didn't you hear Nanami News Network? He's like physically incapable of doing Captain Tsubasa anymore. Like he can't do the manga. Yeah, that's why I lost all interest from with Captain Tsubasa. I'm like, I watched season one, but I'm not gonna waste my time with Captain Tsubasa anymore unless I hear him say he's gonna get someone else to publish it. He even calculated it'll take 40 years to finish the story, and he mentioned his body was on the limit, and he's 60 years old. So yeah, he literally cannot finish Captain Tsubasa physically. I mean, you can read the article here, Ghost Tab. I like this how Mashio took this so calmly. Shows you how much he's matured. I gotta say, they've handled Mashiro well in this series. Whereas they started not handling her well, but the writers have really. She's had how many opportunities to get rid of him? Oh, he knows she's not lying. I get to like perceive it that way because every single time he goes up against Mashiro and her group, they always win. So I can really see why he'd say that. Yeah, I love how edgy he was, Sparrow Matt. But yeah, Ghost Tab, that's why I'm not gonna bother Captain Tsubasa anymore. Like unless he can get a successor, Ghost Tab, I feel like Captain Tsubasa was the waste of my time completely. Yo, this is sad right here, man. But yeah, that's how I feel about Captain Tsubasa. And I even read in some online forums that people felt like the author was wasting time. He could have done the World Cup arc much more quickly if he didn't make matches last forever or multiple volumes. So the author doesn't have good time management skills. I mean, Scarehead, he's done more than Scarehead has. Getting taken away the pen of Monstro, like literally, Scarehead has done less than Montemonda has. Montemonda has actually made more progression here. Straight up. Someone said, "Oh, I'll allow you to prove yourself." I'm like, bruh, you literally did what you couldn't do, motherfucker. Like straight up. When has Kira done anything that smart? Like take away a Pretty Cure's pen. Like I've been trying not to cuss in the last two Pretty Cure reactions, but this episode has pissed me off a little bit. It's not bad. It's not bad. Don't get it. Don't think I think the episode's bad so far, y'all. But it's like, dude, Scarehead, he's done more than you. He's done more than you in a single episode. What more do you want? He literally took the pen. He took the Morocco pen. Straight up. Scarehead. If you go now and attack Sora, Ellie, Sabasa, if Scarehead was smart, he would send not only Baltamonda, he would fight himself. Literally, it would be 4 versus 2. This is the time for Scarehead to win. He can win. This right here. This right here, y'all, is the best chance he has of winning. If this dumbass does not jump in there with powered up Bontemonda, Scare will be the dumbest Precure villain I have ever seen. I better see his ass jump in. He needs to do something. But no, like it's a pinnacle ghost stab, but guess what the pinnacle did? It didn't do anything for Captain Tsubasa because now the author can't physically finish the match. He should have made the matches go quicker, like in Blue Lock or other sports manga like Crocodile Baskets, so that we could have gone to the World Cup. But yeah, this series is really pissing me off, Ghost Heaven Sproma. I do not understand why the Pretty Cure fandom has been praising this series. I'm like, how? How? How is the series getting praised? Like, how? Literally, the bad writing is here. It's like, I'm like, really? The Pretty Cure fans just ignore the bad villains? Like, yeah, that's right there. Literally, just a few years ago, I was reacting to Muka Dreamy Season 1. That anime was aimed towards a younger audience than this series, and it was better written. Muka Dreamy was better written than this series. Real things from that. Remember Muka Dreamy? That anime aimed towards elementary schoolers. That anime aimed towards elementary schoolers has better writing than this series. Better writing. Because there, at least the main villain tries to win. The main villain in that series tries to attack the main girls and does a summon at the same time in multiple episodes, tries to defeat the main girls by himself. Yes, he loses, but at least he tries. I don't see any of these Pretty Cure villains have the motivation to want to win. That's why this series is bad. The villains do not even want to win. They just want to be idiots. That's what really makes me angry about this series. Oh man, that and I just noticed, bro, on Ghost Tab, I had literally I had 4 live chat viewers and it went down to 1. It's like, bruh, like when I made my rant, but hey, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I like speaking the truth. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ignore Pretty Cure's issues. I don't do that. Pretty much, Ghost Tab. The fandom will forget about the bad episodes. I don't. Well, I hope they just purify them and they don't say them. Yeah, I know it's still a Ghost Tab, but I hope they don't do that. Yeah, for some reason, Ghost Tab and Sprawl and Matt, YouTube went from like 4 to 1. The moment I stood in my rant, I'm pretty sure Ghost Tab and Spiral Matt. I'm guessing my videos aren't really attractive to a Pretty Cure fan. I'm guessing because I don't really talk that positively about this series, which how can I? How can I muster positive thoughts about this specific series? Like, I gave the series a chance and it failed. And it continuously fails. Oh, finally, Balsamondo's finally realizing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, okay, he's grown a pair, finally. I approve. What? I thought I wasn't using to power himself up. Oh my goodness. Wow. So we had a chance of the villain doing something, and the villain's like, nah, let me just get rid of my carefully crafted plan and let the heroes just win. And that's good. Spirit, you just let this happen. Literally, you could have literally blasted Barcelona to oblivion. Yeah, it was for him, Matt, but literally Scared could have finished him off. I mean, Scared synced hits from Elytron. Literally, after the punch, he could have literally teleported behind him and beat him up. Why did Scared just stay there? Watch the fool throw the pen back to Mashiro. That's what he could have done for him, Matt. He could have literally killed Bontamonda, prevented him from giving Mashiro the pen back. But nah, that'd be too smart. That'd be too smart for a Precure villain. It is Precure. Precure villains are supposed to be single digit buffoons. They can't. We can't have a villain that has double digit IQ. That's too much. That'd be way too much. uh, this episode has good elements, but it's got bad elements. Soaring Sky in a nutshell. Oh my goodness. How does this episode have so many likes on Crunchyroll? How? Freaking how? I'm serious. I don't even know. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna question the logic at all as to how this feels like it's. Y'all can see how much this series really disappoints me. Straight up. Okay, that was a cool move. And you know the funny part about this, y'all? Spirit could take advantage of the chaos. He could join Bontamonda and defeat literally the 5 Precures with Bontamonda itself. But no, he's just gonna stand there with his arms crossed. You know what? I'm gonna start calling Spearhead arms crossed Spearhead because he does nothing. And I'm saying because again, the action choreography is good. Like the animation here is actually good. Like the animators in this series, they do their job like they always do. I'm not. I like how he calls them weaklings, even though the reason why he has to deal with his weaklings is because he's dumb. Like he could literally do everything in his power to get rid of these quote unquote weaklings, yet he does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh man. I like how the series can't even commit to like making a villain completely redeemable. Like, holy cow. It's funny how in this series we've had like 3 villains: Minotaur, Baltamonda, and Kabaton, and none of them have been irredeemable at all. None of them. They've all have redeeming qualities. That's the thing about this series. Like, there's a lack of diversity when it comes to the personalities of the villains in this series. That is also why Soaring Sky is another disappointment. Then I expected at this point. Ghost Up, like, I don't even know. It's starting to be as bad as Delicious Party Ghost Up. The only thing this series has over Delicious Party Ghost of is better animation and diversity because we have a male, a baby, and an adult fighter. Yeah, it's like he's traumatized, Scarl Matt. He's traumatized of watching the Predators fight, even though he can get rid of his problem by, I don't know, doing something. Holy cow. This dude is all, he is all for that evil doing. You know it's bad when Pokemon Horizons is a way better villain than Spearhead. Straight up. Holy cow. No, this dude is so bad. He makes OG Pokemon series Team Rocket look competent. Okay, this one was decent. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, decent ending to an episode. But my problem with this episode was it made Scared into an I mean, he was already an idiot. That's a sad part. Like, if Scared would have been a better villain, this episode would have been amazing. But how can I praise it? Scared lost. It's cool to see that Moshiro won, though. Like, this does a great job of giving our girl character developments. I'm impressed with this. Straight up. Like, really, really don't impress. But the thing is, even let's give one of Moshiro character development for us, it makes good worse. I mean, I'm impressed with the made him a worse villain. He just disappeared, Spiral Man. He disappeared. The writers told him to hide away so that they can bring him in for the next Clock and Shroud fight. That's why he disappeared. But here's how I feel about this episode. If I had rated on a scale of 5 to 10, oh, wait, what the? It's 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being 10 being exceptional. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was mid. The reason why this episode wasn't amazing was because literally the dialogue. Spearhead was calling Montemondo worthless, and throughout this episode, I'm thinking, he stole the pen. That's more scary than you've done since your entire introduction, you fool. So the dialogue was terrible. It's like, does he look in a mirror? Literally, Montemondo did more. And not only that, he just had his arms crossed, let himself get punched. And I mean, I understand maybe getting punched because he was off guard, but he let Altamonte throw the pen towards Monstro. And then he could have redeemed himself by helping Altamonte out eliminate the girls, but then he just stood there with his arms crossed. And then he just dips out like every episode. Like every other episode when he loses on purpose because he's a fool. That's why I can't give it a 10 out of 10. It's 5 out of 10. It's mid because Scared drops it. Every episode Scared is in, he drops it because he's an idiot. An absolute idiot. My goodness. Oh, the main villain. Here's what's going to happen. The main villain's going to beat all the girls up. Then for some dumb reason, she's going to leave and be like, oh, I shut off my power. Well, I'm going to go away. I can already imagine it. I already know it's going to happen because that's what Precure does all the time. It does it all the time. No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's Precure. It's Precure. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. You know what? Ghost Tab, this might actually be worse than Delicious Party. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. I never thought I'd say that. This might be worse than Delicious Party. It's getting there. It is getting there. Because with Delicious Party, I didn't have these high expectations. This series. I'll still say this series. No. This series is slightly better, but this anime is the biggest disappointment of 2023. Like, oh my goodness, this is the most disappointing anime one of the most disappointing anime I've ever seen in my life. Because I actually had, they did, but Tsubasa's better. No, here's the thing, Ghost Tab. Black Pepper is worse than Tsubasa. Tsubasa's better, but the issue with this series is the expectations were higher. We had a male Precure, an adult, and they ruined their potential. And we had villains that were even dumber than Delicious Party villains. They were even dumber in this series. But this series has better animation and fights, so pretty much, Ghost Tab. That's why it's tough. They're both disappointments, though, Ghost Tab. But anyways, I'm done. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to react to the next episode. For sure. Pretty much. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. They don't, Sprawlman. But anyways, thanks, Sprawlman. Go somewhere else for watching my video. I'll see you all in a few minutes. Because you know I'm ready to be tortured by episode 44. Bye-bye, y'all.